Matej Mohoric, Mr. Telescopic Seat Post, is leaving the Slovenian national team ahead of the Zurich 2024 World Road Race Championships. According to the insider Mo, it's because Mohoric doesn't agree with the attitude of Primož Roglic, the Slovenian skier who claims he won't work for the alien Tadej Pogačar if he has the chance to win the rainbow jersey for himself at the tender age of 35. This seems totally absurd to us, as Mohoric could very well help Poggi even if he chose not to help Primož Roglic at any point. But Mohoric joins some very striking names on the casualty list ahead of the Zurich World Championships. Thomas Voeckler, the French coach, has decided to leave at home the 2023 European champion, Christophe Laporte. Au revoir to the Visma team rider, whose season has been extremely pendulous, but after all, his best result in 2024 had been with the French national team at the Paris 2024 Olympic Games, where Laporte won the bronze medal in the road cycling event. Now, for his part, David Cassani, the Italian coach, has also left his country's national champion, Alberto Bettiol, at home. The rider who left the stable of the doped hipster Jonathan Vaughters to join the squad of the doped military man Alexander Vinokurov mid-season, well, he had the opportunity of a lifetime to shut the press up. But the former Tour of Flanders champion will now be staying at home on the sofa, watching Uncle Cycling highlights videos to cope with the disappointments. Another rider who's had a serious setback, and that's 4 stars of the international peloton, is Richard Carapaz. The king of the minions left a post on his personal Twitter where he told us that his daughter had suffered an illness and that had prevented him from training correctly in the lead-up to the World Championships. Undoubtedly a different World Championships in which riders like the whiner Ben O'Connor or Jay Vine are proclaimed world champions in the mixed relay time trial, only not to wear that jersey again for the rest of the year. It's an absurd test, hated by the doped rider and director of doped riders, Johan Brunel, and it's just another example of the ridiculous wokery of Selfie Lappartient, who enjoys lapping up the applause of all the sycophants around him. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more cycling content, and of course you can follow us on our personal Twitter, @UncleCycling. That way you'll get more content. But now, let's talk about the dangerous team of the guy that we started this video with, Mr. Mohoric and Bahrain Victorious. Now in 2024, Bahrain have achieved a historic milestone: 0 wins in the 3 Grand Tours of the season. The only World Tour team without wins. It must be hard when you see that even little Cairn Farmer, which only competes in the Vuelta a España, has, thanks to the services of Russian doctor Irina Zelenkova, ended up winning 3 stages with men like Pablo Castrillo or Urko Berardi. It's historic because the team sponsored by an oil monarchy like Bahrain, with a big budget backing them up, well, they came from making historic seasons with Sonny Colbrelli winning Paris-Roubaix before suffering a heart attack, or with Matej Dropper Mohoric winning Milano-San Remo and sending those haters to shut up because the French gendarmerie had found tizanidine in those raids that took place in the middle of the Tour de France. No, Milan Ergen, the popular Slovenian team manager linked to Operation Adalas, he's had to change his strategy for the 2024 season. And the results, well, they haven't exactly been brilliant. As of this September, the team had only managed 10 wins all season, with highlights being Phil Bauhaus, a Stage 3 win at Tirreno Adriatico, Santiago Buitrago's Stage 4 win at Paris-Nice, and the former Norwegian convalescent Torstein Tran, with his hilarious performance at the Tour de Suisse on the ascent of the legendary Gotthard Pass. However, the team's poor performance in Grand Tours and major one-day races had started the alarm bells ringing among cycling fans. They were so desperate that they even made the most dangerous signing of the season, signing the doper Robert Stannard, who just completed his suspension. But it seems that since then, miraculously, the team is back on track, as if they'd regained superpowers from the good old days of Tizanidine and Marc Padon winning 2 stages in a row at the Criterium Dauphiné. The results are surprising. Pello Bilbao, the little Spanish multi-tool climber with the strangest of postures on his bike, he shone again in the Canadian races, with a 9th place in the Grand Prix Quebec and a brilliant 2nd place in the Grand Prix Montreal, just 15 seconds behind the winner, the Slovenian alien Poggi. Antonio Tiberi, who had to abandon both the Criterium Dauphiné and the Vuelta a España, the latter due to a damnable heat stroke, similar to that of his compatriot Michele Gazzoli in the Tour de France 2024, suddenly he came back with all his strength. A recovery that must have been taught by the doping dealer and actor Andrea Piccolo when they shared a team at Kolpak Balan. And he won against monsters like the son and grandson of dopers Mathieu van der Poel, or the doping suspect for his former team, Mark Hirschi. Oh, the Skoda Tour of Luxembourg. It's the first general classification victory for the feline assassin Tiberi, and also his first stage win since 2022. The young Slovenian Matev Gotkar also won a stage at the Tour of Britain and took first place at the UCI Gravel World Series in Girona, that magical place where he has been preparing to help Poggi at the Zurich 2024 World Championships. And it's these great performances that have served to get this semi-unknown rider selected by one of the strongest teams in the World Champs. Now, some of you may consider that these results are just casual coincidences, but nothing in the world of cycling is ever casual. Now, the development team of Bahrain Victorious, CTF Victorious, has had a very similar trajectory to Milan Ergen's team. Despite having his son Zach Ergen in the squad, CTF Victorious hadn't won since May 2024, and then suddenly, this September, a new monster has appeared in the ranks of the Arab team to return them to the path of victory. And not just any old monster, but a mother produced by Mother Russia. We're talking about Roman Ermakov, only 19 years old. One of the first riders who had to renounce his nationality and leave Vladimir Putin's paradise in order to become a professional in Europe, going to Belgian and Slovenian and Italian teams, where he met Milan Ergen and signed for CTF Victorious. Roman Ermakov hadn't stood out until now, but since the confirmation of Robert Stannard's signing with Team Bahrain, Ermakov has been on a winning streak, and what a streak! As many as 4 wins in the last 5 races that he's competed in. These include a solo win at the Grand Prix Krang in Slovenia, a time trial win in the Trofeo Rezzesi, beating all his under-23 rivals, and then a stellar win at the Rota d'Oro in a bunch sprint. Oh yes, Roman Ermakov is winning in every possible way, in every possible race. It's the true Bahrain style. They're back, by George. And with them come the most hilarious moments in cycling. Oh, how we missed them.